You know, Twitch recently, they've just had a bunch of different controversies back to back to back. And I feel like this is all from these new type of streamers or even old type of streamers, but just horrible like controversies that have happened on this platform. I mean, we have like Nina Lynn's, just for starters, somebody who committed sexual assault, caught a week ban, which is pretty crazy. And lately I've just seen an uprising of like chaotic and just straight up weird behavior from a lot of these streamers. And I just think it's really gross and disgusting how Twitch has just allowed it to continue, and the fact that like there's an audience cultivating for this kind of behavior and this kind of stuff. Wait, side tangent, but chat, look, how much money do you think I could make off of this guy if I put him on Facebook Marketplace? Realistically speaking, will I become a multimillionaire? Anyways, speaking of like rich people, there's some rich people on Twitch causing some problems. Okay, so this woman right here, Wendy Ortiz, I first really heard about her through like Kai Cenat's Streamer University. And damn, can we just talk for a minute about how Kai Cenat has put on some really like crazy people into the like Twitch live streaming sphere? Like,
and honestly, for the past few months, I've been struggling with mental health out of self-doubt and fright of pursuing goals that I really want to achieve.
Nigga watch anime one time, now you got mental health problems, gang. Bitch, be for real. Nigga, chat, niggas watch anime one time.
Like, bruh, what is RaiKai doing, bruh? What is RaiKai doing with all these statements?
What's the coolest dick you ever saw? The fuck off my dick. I was gonna say, chat, long, he all gonna say that shit to her face, bro. And for everybody. But I had to just...
But yes, this woman, Wendy Ortiz, started to get some popularity on the live streaming platform. She was already pretty popular on TikTok, as well as her sister. And they started to like blow up. They started to make money on Twitch. Like initially, I was like, oh, that's kind of cool. I mean, not to sound like pretentious.
I don't want to come across like a woke asshole, but like, dude, women have it hard.
Realize.
But I did genuinely think it was cool that we have like a woman from a minority group becoming one of the core parts of Twitch, from a community that honestly I don't really understand what they do. I don't really get like the IRL streamers, to be honest, but I mean, I still thought it was cool that there's like different categories on Twitch. I think it's cool that there's different people on there that make content that I would never watch. I thought that was cool, and I still do genuinely think that. I think if there's a new streamer that comes on to this like live streaming platform and they make completely type of different content that I would never watch, but if they're out there making other people happy, then a brother is not gonna really complain about it. A brother's just gonna be like, all right, I guess I'm just an old man now. I'm just an old man not understanding things. That's fine. And it was fine until she started getting in like these crazy controversies, bruh. I hate talking about Nina Lynn, bro. It's like everybody and their mom has talked about Nina Lynn. We all know she's a bad person. She allegedly, I have to say for legal reasons, sexually assaulted somebody and then received only a week ban. And you would think, okay, we all have to cut her off, all right? Like, we cannot obviously platform somebody that's okay with sexual assaulting people. But apparently Wendy Ortiz and like that whole social group, they thought it was okay. I
don't know how that is. I don't even think I'm even going this year. With the whole shit going on, they're definitely not gonna let me go.
Really? What?
They thought it was okay. They thought sexual assault was okay, which plot twist, it's not. Obviously, this caused a lot of backlash. Rightfully so backlash. I noticed that particularly a lot of the FaZe guys, even though honestly I'm not really so sure if they're part of FaZe anymore. All of these streamers like Jason Doween, Lacey, they were all saying stuff like, yo, why are we like platforming her? Like, that's kind of weird. That's kind of gross. And you know, W takes by them. Wendy Ortiz responded by being like, actually, that's you're being misogynistic.
But they're like woman haters. I'm so sorry, guys. I'm so drunk right now, but no, like.
Brother, huh? Brother, what? What are we doing here? What are we doing here? There's no way, like, you can say criticizing sexual assault is misogynistic. That just doesn't make sense. Now, obviously, like, yeah, sure, I do think there are, like, female streamers on Twitch that, like, probably face more criticism than like, male ones just because they're women. Although, that being said, I do want to point out, I think if I had to make, like, a top 10 worst streamer list, I think, like, 90 or 80% of them are gonna be males, so I don't really think that rule really applies here, but whatever. And anyways, you would think, you know, the drama would end here saying misogynistic. No, we're not. Blah, 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 blah. It'd just be back and forth. That's the end of the drama. No, these people continue to be bad people. They just keep on going. They just keep on going. From just her whole friends continuing to defend Nina Lynn. And then she goes on to, like, start controversies with, like, Cinna for some reason, of all people.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I felt really bad for my dad because the schizo commenters, they were commenting on my dad's post. And luckily my dad is not like, you know, my dad's a good guy. He knows not to deal with that stuff. But I just felt like that was so inappropriate to do on my father's post. You know what I mean?
Now look, it was mainly her audience being, like, harassing Cinna on TikTok for some reason. And to be honest, like, sure, Wendy, I don't think really, like, directed them to go do that. But she also probably clearly knew that her audience was doing that, and she very clearly didn't really tell them to stop doing that. And look, I'm not the kind of guy who goes, oh, a portion of your audience is doing something crazy. Like, yeah, obviously, if you have millions of people watching you, there's gonna be, like, this small portion and percentage of people that are kind of crazy and, you know, take things way too far. But the thing is, when your whole audience as a collective kind of has the same general mindset of, like, yeah, let's harass Cinna because Cinna won the award. Like at that point, it is kind of obvious that, yo, you've cultivated this audience that likes this whole beef and harassment kind of thing. You know what I'm saying? And to me, that's like that's a red flag. That's a red flag. That's a red flag. So anyways, this brings us to this clip from her sister Evelyn Ortiz.
Because he only left me like $5 tip. I didn't know like no, nothing wrong. Because I know, because then my manager didn't see it. Yeah, no, nothing wrong. He went to go get the car. Yeah, but nothing we could say about that. Sorry.
Now, this issue of, like, tipping, to be honest, this could be its own entire video. Like, genuinely, tipping culture is so crazy. Because if you really think about it, like, there's a system that exists that these people who actually have jobs, real jobs, and work really hard can only make their money, not through the company, through other customers, which is kind of crazy. You would think the business would be, like, responsible for covering all the money that they need. But I don't know why it worked like this. I don't know why tipping works like this. They just set it up. But I guess it's up to more customers and consumers to be the ones responsible for paying the employees, which shouldn't really be a thing in the first place, but that's just how things work. That's just how things work, so it is what it is. Basically, I'm guessing Evelyn Ortiz did not tip this waitress or whatever, and she confronted them on stream about it. And, like, the thing is, here's the thing. Why are we multi-millionaires not giving out money? Like, why are these people are rich? No, these people are rich. Why are we not tipping more than $5? Like, bro, like, what's going on here? Like, if I had to make money, I would probably be tipping more than $5. I'm gonna keep it a buck. Especially looks like they were outside of a decently nice restaurant. You would expect a little more than $5. Nah, they kind of did address the controversy. And
okay, I didn't pay. That was my thing. That's why I didn't want.
It's not your card.
It wasn't my card. I wasn't supposed to put $50 on someone else's card. That was my dilemma. I didn't want to put someone else's money on the thing, whatever. If it were my card, if my card went through, I would have tipped better. But it wasn't my card.
Let's say all of this is true. Let's say the statement is true and factual, right? Still doesn't change the fact you could have, like, checked, yo, are you giving enough money, blah blah blah. Regardless, again, multi-millionaire, $200 ain't nothing to these people. $1,000 ain't nothing to these people. You're trying to make a living and we're super rich and refuse to give you a little something that is essentially nothing to us. But I do have to say, yeah, sure, I'm certain this woman did confront them because she noticed there was a camera. I'm sure she might not have done that. Regardless of that issue, it doesn't really change the fact that they just didn't care. They just didn't care to give a little tip. Didn't care to give a little tip. I just don't understand these people who are like so rich and just refuse to help out like people who are struggling out there. I don't understand that. Speaking of people struggling, a brother needs to start gambling. Gotta put everything on black to double my earnings. That's my next goal. We're gonna put everything on black. Double my earnings, bro. About to turn $2 into $4, guys. I'm so goated. We're about to be rich. Multi-millionaire are coming soon. I'm gonna give people the tips. I'm gonna give people tip money. It's gonna go crazy.